Okay guys, this is my first drive video here in the 18 STI Daily Blue since I've got it back together. We are running on pump fuel, 92 octane around here, and I feel like I've got it tuned up pretty well. I don't think I can really get any additional ignition advance without risking knock. I've had it up to about 21.4 psi, but it's pulling at about 21 consistently, so I'm gonna leave that where it's at for pump, and then hopefully turn it up at least a little bit more with ethanol, maybe to like 23.5 on this DOM 1.5. But I wanted to do a virtual dyno on this guy using pump before I start to tune the flex fuel over the next couple of days. So that's kind of the point of this video. So we've got a nice straight run up here, perfect for a wide open throttle pull. I plan on doing this in third gear, as that's kind of what I have the virtual dyno set at, and we'll see what this guy makes on the VD. Okay, so go ahead and get shifted. I'm logging on ROM Rater already. I'm going to go into third gear. I'm going to go ahead and start the pull. Okay, the log is started. Now we'll start the pull. And stop it. Perfect. That went pretty well. Let's do one more. Drive back around. This is a pretty nice little loop. It's kind of an industrial area. It's a pretty safe place to do this. There's basically no traffic in this area. Hardly ever, to be honest. So it's nice and wide, minimal traffic, and really away from residential areas, so there's not an issue with noise, even though my car is pretty quiet with this stock catback anyway. I did actually go ahead and order an AWE catback for this guy, which I'm super excited about. I'm hoping that'll help with the spool a little bit. This thing isn't spooling up quite as fast as I was hoping it would, which is part of the reason I bought this turbo. So from what I've heard and gathered online and stuff, it sounds like I'll get at least a little bit more spool and hopefully a little bit more horsepower switching to the AWE exhaust. It is 3 inches all the way to the tailpipe on both sides, is my understanding. That's kind of what I was looking for, but it's not like ridiculously loud, and it's got like a sound that a lot of people said is really badass. So that's what I'm going for. So we're going to start the second pull. So I'm going to go ahead and get up to 2000 RPM and then hit the log button. Okay, we are logging. Now we're going to pull. Third gear. Perfect. Stop the log. Alright, we got the log stopped. Excelente. Alright, so now we will see exactly if this virtual dyno is going to work as I hoped that it would. So I'm going to pull over here and we'll see if I can pull up these virtual dyno numbers and see what the estimated power level is for this guy. Alright, so I guess maybe I'll just stay on camera while I'm doing this. Hopefully you guys can see. Uh-oh, except for it didn't stop this second log, of course. Well, let's see if it works anyway. Okay, so we've got the virtual dyno here. So we're gonna try and load a log, load a run. I see logs, so it's gonna be the second to last log, this guy right here. And it worked, sweet. Okay, so let's see what it said here. It gave us an estimated 323 wheel horsepower. Okay, I actually feel like that's pretty accurate. That's about what I thought that it honestly was making, probably. So that's definitely what it feels like. All right, let's see if we can open the second one, even though it went a little bit long. I'm not sure if that's an issue or not when we log much more than the wide open throttle pull. Is this the second one? How does this work? So I'm gonna click out of that. Yeah, this one didn't really take. So this one, we're just gonna get rid of this guy. Yeah, so, but I'm happy with this one, so I think that that's pretty legit. It's kind of an unusual torque curve here. They're saying that at 4,000 RPM, I was sitting just over 200 horsepower, and I didn't hit full horsepower until I got way up there to like 6,500 RPM, huh? Let's go ahead and take another pull. Let's try this again. Whoops, we need to go back into ROM Raider. Let's take another pull. I'm eager to try this again. It's kind of fun. And I'm curious to see how much more power it's going to make on ethanol also, especially with the catback. I don't know if this makes a difference. This road that I'm doing it on, I feel like is on a little bit of an uphill, actually. I'm not sure if that's, I feel like that's probably affecting the results. I know that these results aren't super accurate anyway. And we're kind of using this more for tracking purposes, but still, you know, I feel like that's pretty accurate, so. But we'll go ahead and do one more pull and see what the results are here. But it's definitely more horsepower than it was before I put on all these parts, so. Alright, there is another car. We're gonna let this guy go ahead and pass. And then I'm gonna get this guy ready. I did get a little bit of feedback knock on that guy. Even a little bit of fine learning knock correction, which surprises me. I've tested this multiple times, and I feel like the knock that I have gotten was not with wide open pulls, but I can go back and review these logs later and see if these were like pulls at high RPM. Because when I was driving it previously, I did not recognize any pulls, and I was driving the shit out of it trying to get it to knock, and it wouldn't. So I don't know if this is legit or not. Alright, so I'm going to start the log. Log started, flooring it. Hopefully I don't hit this car. Boom. Okay, where this guy landed us here. So we will go back to virtual dyno. We're gonna click off of that guy. We're gonna load the latest run. And let's see where this guy left us here. There we go. This guy left us much less horsepower. Wow, only 288 horsepower on that one. It's saying that it only hit 18 pounds of boost. Why is that? How much boost did this one hit? This does not seem right. So this is saying that I was less than 18 pounds of boost for the entire run on this top one. And on the bottom one, I was barely above 18 pounds of boost. Yeah, that is a little weird, actually. Okay, so let's do this. Let's pull up one of these runs on Megalog Viewer and see if that tracks. Because I'm having a hard time believing that. Okay, so we'll pull up this most recent log. We can also check it for knock. Why is my target boost so low? Actually, my target boost is up to like 19, and yet I'm only making like, well, I practically hit my target boost actually right here. But I'm definitely not making anywhere near 20 like I was before. I don't know if that's because the car is learning or what. Huh. Yeah, it kind of comes up, not even reaching this, and then is already going back down. Why is that? Okay, and let's see if there was any knock. So, nope, no knock. Weird. Alright, let's pull up the previous one. Let's pull up this log right here. Why is this one so long? This one doesn't even have a wide open pull. Oh, I see. This was the one in the middle that was messed up. So we need to open the one before that. So we'll open this log right here. There we go. Okay, this is the wide open log. This one also has no knock, which is good. Why am I going so low below target boost here? Wow. What in the world is going on here? It's a pretty good boost curve, to be honest, but it's not near as high as I want it to be. I don't know why my target boost is so low right here either. It's 17. This is weird. Alright, well, clearly I need some adjustment for this guy. So I'm happy with this first pull. So it's saying that the max power was at 6,300 RPM. This pole, they're saying max power. Well, maybe that's not the max power. That's just where they're... Maybe that's just the max RPM. No, that is max power. That's interesting. I don't know why my boost is so slow. Looks like my air-fuel ratio is pretty on point though. 11, 11, that's like perfect. So that looks good. Boost needs adjustment. Alright, well, clearly we need to make some adjustments here. I think I might end up just making them on ethanol. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm not making quite as much boost. I'm gonna clear this from 21. I haven't changed anything. I don't know why the car is making less boost all of a sudden. Maybe it's just because I'm in this certain gear. Let's go ahead and let's take one more final log and then we'll call it. See, that went up to 20 psi. I feel like it has to do with how I'm driving it. Maybe it's because I'm starting off at such a low RPM at wide open throttle. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, see, that was 20 psi right there. Maybe I do need to start it at more like 3 grand. Let's try that and see what happens, I guess. I'm wondering if starting at a lower RPM is negatively affecting the numbers. Okay, so this log is ready to be taken. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do this one, but we're going to let it get up to 3,000 RPM first before we floor it. Actually, I feel like that's too much. We're going to go close to 3,000 RPM. Stop that log. Okay, let's see what that gave us there. So, whoops, virtual dyno, file, load runs, and this is the newest run right here. Let's see what it shows. 285 wheel horsepower, huh? Dang. I feel like the car is faster than that, but maybe it's not. Alright guys, well that is the virtual dyno. That's interesting. It did give us some variation on that first one, but definitely the second two, much less variation. I've clearly got some boost adjustment issues here. like I said, it looks like the air-fuel ratio is on point. Boost is not really on point. We don't have a very smooth power curve, that's for dang sure. So, alright, I'm going to work on this guy, and now that I've used this tool for the first time, I think I can continue to use it, and maybe it'll kind of help adjust the tuning as well. So I'm going to make some adjustments, and I will be back at you guys for the next video.